Okay, I am continuing from part one of my New Age religion thoughts, New Age religion definitions. I got this out of the Wikipedia, and I'm reading it because it is very so closely to what I think on a regular daily basis, with more emphasis on me personally, on knowing self as it relates to spirituality. That's just my particular path. And observing self, meditation, and consciousness, awareness of God and God's plan and all that good stuff. So I'm going to keep going. I stopped at indigo children. Children are being born with more highly developed spiritual power than earlier generations, which I think is the reason why the younger generations, such as the Generation X, such as myself, the Generation Y, such as my daughter, and are not being constricted to religious belief systems and dogmatic teachings. I'm so happy that I don't have to be, because I'm much more freer to examine other roles. And I don't think at the end of the day it stops me from trying to be a good person. I think this actually, whatever you want to call it, actually helps me become a better person. And it taught me to incorporate the Christian lifestyle of patience and understanding and universal love for all, better than you wagging a finger at me telling me you better do it or you're going to go to hell. That didn't work for me, because I'm not a scary person. And I don't believe that loving a God should be done out of fear. I don't get that. And you're not going to bribe me to conform to certain religious standards. I don't have that fear. I've never had that fear. And, I think that once I got to a point where I started looking at God as Daddy, okay, Daddy, it caused me to have more questions. Daddy, why would you do that to me? Daddy, ain't you supposed to protect me? What type of fucking father are you? Okay, anyway. Interpersonal relationships. That there are opportunities to learn about oneself, and relationships are destined to be repeated until they are healthy. I don't even think that could fit in here. Like, really and truly, Christians know that if you don't learn from your mistakes, you're bound to repeat them. That's one of the oldest cliches. People that get stuck in abusive relationships or dysfunctional relationships, until they can break the cycle of dysfunction, they have to understand themselves and what is causing and drawing that dysfunction to them. Those in the New Age movement accept women's complete equality. Yeah. In all aspects of society, including religion, and complete acceptance of one's sexual orientation. Woohoo! Whether heterosexual, homosexual, gay, or lesbian, bisexual, and gender identity, whether cisgender, transgender, or intersexual as means of spiritual development. My friend Starry for Life told me that someone asked her how she could be so conscious and be gay. Like, they just did not understand how she could be enlightened about her views of God and herself and be homosexual. What the hell? What does one thing have to do with the other? I will say again that my view on homosexuality is a blend. Magenta Pixie says that the reason there's so many homosexuals is balancing the feminine energy on the planet, where it's been so male dominated. And back in ancient Egypt, they had the matriarch before the dynasties, before Tutankhamun and King Tut, and before that, they had a very matriarchal way of looking at life, and then it turned into a patriotic. Did I just say that right? I said patriotic. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. A male dominated. I said patriotic. Y'all know I be having my slow moments. Anyway, more male energy, more male dominated way of viewing things. And she said that the reason why so many people incarnating as homosexuals is to give a feminine balance to the earth that has been off balance for so many years. My view was that, if you reincarnate so many times as a male, that you're gonna start taking upon those energies. Because even though I look very feminine, I am the king of my castle, so to speak. I am the one that takes care of everything in the house, including my wife, from a mother point of view and a father point of view. I know that's hard to believe, but I do it. Which is why I don't understand why people think that my children are not going to learn. Like, I know when to bring in a meal. Put it to you like that. I know when to bring in a meal. I could have fixed my children's bike. My children broke their bike. I have babies. So I can't do everything. I can't do everything at every single time. So I brought in my brother-in-law, and he fussed at them too. For, you know, the boys not trying to fix their bikes themselves. And he helped them fix their bikes yesterday. And he fixed a couple of things around the house. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm complete man. They do have that male energy that, you know, male energy to help them develop their male energy. But, yes, I think there's a good balance going on in my homosexual living room. Anyway, intuition as an important aspect of perception, offset by a somewhat strict rationalism, noted especially in the works of psychologists. Intuition, I think it's such an important tool in spirituality. I've done videos about it. Optimism, positivity, yes. Oh my goodness, positive thinking, as supported by affirmations, will achieve success in anything. And not only that, but I think this is just really this is really one, I'm not going to say it's one-sided, but, you know, there's a lot of scientific thoughts that I have on the optimism, the law of attraction, the drawing it from the infinite potential into material existence. Is based on the concept that thought creates. Yes, I do agree with that concept, that thought creates. I like the term concepts, because concepts are changeable. Beliefs are theories. Theories are something you can play with, something you can tweak. Beliefs have you dead set. You're stuck in them now. You're stuck in your belief. You have to believe it because it's a belief. I like concepts and theories better because they're changeable. When I toil over a concept that doesn't resonate with me, like something's wrong with it, it's not quite complete, and I keep searching for the completeness of that particular concept, I can do that because I'm not stuck in a belief system. Therefore, as one begins focusing attention and consciousness on the positive, on the half-filled glass of water, reality starts shifting and materializing the positive intentions and aspects of life. Hey, you know what? I'm going to go even further than that. If one starts shifting their turns to the negative and just being out, all the way out for self, that's okay too. Human potential movement. The human mind has a much greater potential than ascribed to it, and it's even capable of overriding physical reality. Yes. Just because of, you know, that's just common sense to me. It wasn't something somebody told me. It was like, we don't use 10% of our brains. Why is that? Why is there dormant things in our body, like the pancreas? I mean, not the pancreas. I'm sorry. The spleen and the thymus gland. Why are they dormant? Why does the thymus gland become atrophied when by the time you reach puberty? Why does the pituitary gland shrink? Why is it shrunk over the evolution of man? You know, this just, anyway. Humans have potentially healing powers such as therapeutic touch. Chi, yes. I like the chi, the energy that's in the human body. Okay, the concepts, religion, and science. New Age spirituality is characterized by an individual approach to spiritual practices and philosophies and the rejection of religious doctrine and dogma. Yeah, I don't say the complete rejection. I just, like I said, it's like when you get into a belief system, you get stuck. So it's a tweaking of concepts. But, you know, a lot of the concepts I have are grounded in Christianity, and I think that's great. Matriarchy. So it's patriarchy, patriarchal. I can't pronounce the P when I'm reading. I'm sorry. Feminine forms of spirituality, including feminine energies of the divine. I ain't got to go all the way. Ancient silver, I ain't got to go all the way there. I don't need images to nothing. Are you throwing up on me? Atlantis, Lemura, and Mu, and other lost lands existed. Relics such as crystal skulls and monuments such as Stonehenge and the Great Pyramids of Giza were left behind. And what about crop circles, huh? What about deja vu? Damn, it's so crazy because this is all stuff that I've been studying for like the past 3 years. And it's like been a nice little box for me to say what I've been up to for 3 years. This is great. What have I been up to for 3 years? That's what I'm going to name this. Okay? You know, what have I been up to spiritually? DD7, what you been doing? Psychic perception. Certain geographical locations emanate psychic energy, sometimes through ley lines, and are considered sacred in pagan religions throughout the world. See, I read that like 20 years ago at this point. When I read The Keys of Enoch. Very good book. You need to check that out. That was the book. That was one of the things that started me on this path. I read it at an early age. Eastern world practices meditation, yoga. Yes, do meditation, yoga. Do both of those. Tantra, no, don't do that. Chinese medicine. I'm looking at that. With the herbs, yeah. Martial arts. Other Eastern practices may exist and focus on spirituality. Food influences both the mind and the body. It's generally reported to... You just spit on me. She just spit on me. You want her? You want her? Okay, get 20 more minutes, all right? And then you're going to eat lunch. Because you should have ate a bigger breakfast, but that's okay. But wait till it's lunchtime. The food influences. Fasting may be used. I haven't fasted in a long time. I would generally like to practice veganism and eat fresh organic food, which is locally grown and in season, but, you know, it doesn't happen. An appeal to the language and nature of my mathematics as evidenced by numerology, Kabbalah, sacred geometry, and Gnosticism to discern the nature of God. Yes. This is what I've been doing with myself. You ask me, why do you talk the way you talk? Why do you think the way you think? Why do you make all these crazy nuts-ass videos that nobody watches? Because this is what I've been studying. I did not know. I promise you, I did not know that like you could put this in like this new age music and science. Last but not least. Quantum mechanics, parapsychology, geo-hypothesis have been used in quantum mysticism to explain spiritual principles. Fred Alan Wolf, that's the only, yeah, I've read all of these people. There's a bunch of people, you know, just the leak to quantum mechanics. All right, stop here, start back later.